how's it going? Welcome. It is Friday afternoon. At least here it's Friday afternoon. And it is 2025. And this is the first time we're streaming this year. So this is the first live stream of 2025. We are here and excited. We're going to do some SketchUp. I am Aaron. With me is Donovan.
I don't get to say this, but maybe one day out of the year. Greetings from snowy Oklahoma.
That's true. Donovan stole the snow that's supposed to be here in Colorado and is using it up in sunny Oklahoma. I guess that works.
It's 2025, y'all. This is how the year's starting.
It's a whole new year. Yeah. So this is going to be fun. This is a first stream of 2025. We're excited to get in here and do some modeling. I would love to hear where y'all are signing in from, and if anybody did anything fun over the last few weeks. We had most of us had a major holiday that we celebrated, be that Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever the thing was you celebrated, and we started a new year. So I'd love to hear what you guys had going on, what you did, what was fun, that sort of thing. Yeah, and that's really all I gotta say. We really don't have any announcements or anything, do we, Don? We didn't talk about this beforehand. Normally we have like, oh yeah, base camp's coming up, or please do something, but I don't think we have any requests.
Yeah, it's crazy because we just did all the things. So now it's a new year. There's new things. We just don't know what they are yet. So I guess we don't have any announcements.
I do want to make a call out. Keggy beat me to it. I did want to send thoughts or prayers or whatever you got. Fingers crossed for the wildfires happening right now in California. They have been devastating. I have family out around those parts, and really thinking of them. So if you got family out there too, call, check in on them. It's not like the normal wildfire. I don't want to trivialize or minimize anything, but here in Colorado, we have fires every spring, like every single spring. There's always fire. It is not weird to have orange days because there's so much smoke in the air. It's not weird to go out to my car and have ash like on the windshield in the summer. And I know California deals with some similar stuff, but this is like, I can't, last time I looked, 2,000 homes burned. So it sucks. So, but yeah, didn't want to start on a downer. I guess I've been thinking about that a lot. So,
well, everybody has.
Yeah.
Speaking of everybody, we got people here from Vancouver, Washington, Wales, UK, from Syria, from Wisconsin, from Preston, from, I'm going to say this wrong, Geordieland, England. Probably said that wrong. I am so sorry. From Murray, from Cold, Colorado, from Schenectady, New York, Toronto, Ontario, from Devon, UK. My goodness, Minnesota.
We got it all.
Got it all.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Earl said over 5,000 at this point. My numbers were out. So yeah, it's going to be something. Yeah, Keggy, this is my retro Cobra Project 86 shirt. A friend of mine's band who I'm a big fan of, and a little 80s retro kid stuff too. So
do a lot of people pick up what you're putting down with that shirt?
If you see the whole thing, I've had a couple Cobra. So yeah.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe reference for those who weren't children in the 80s.
Yeah.
So welcome everybody from across the world. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for coming by. So our thing today is the Meyer May house, which is a Frank Lloyd Wright project from, well, back in Frank Lloyd Wright times, but it serves as Steelcase purchased the house quite a while ago and went through and renovated and took it all back to the original Frank Lloyd Wright plans, which is really cool. There's actually a website to it. If Donovan, if you have that, you could share it, or if anybody has it, throw that in the comments, because it is a cool project. And when they did purchase it, they went through, there had been renovations, additions, and that kind of stuff to it, but they stripped all that out, took it back to the original Wright plans. Really, really cool looking project. So really cool looking house. It's got a very, I don't know, it's got a unique look and feel to it, inside and out. So what I hope to do, we only got 2 hours here. Well, we got an hour and 54 minutes.
We got whatever time you need, man. We're here.
Don't offer me up like that. I got things to do today. Donovan's got to go play in the snow. We can't stay here too long.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So yeah, on that note, we got an hour and 53 minutes. Let's do this. So
no, I just want to set expectations. What I would love to do is get a good facsimile of the exterior of this house. I downloaded plans again on the website for the Meyer May house. They do have photos of what I think are original hand-drawn plans. So they're pretty cool. We're going to use those. We're going to try to get the footprint in, and based on elevations, just try to get the rest of the building in. It should be fun. It'll be a fun one. Yeah, so this goes beyond conceptual modeling, but it's not really like full architectural or design. We are just going to focus on the exterior, and we're going to start into that right now. All right, cool. Let's hop in and get this thing going. So
David's saying hi from Grand Rapids, Michigan, the home of the Meyer May house.
So David, you're not far from our coworker Matt, who is just outside Grand Rapids as well. And have you been there? Because we were kind of joking about Matt being guy on the street, microphone, standing in front of it, reporting what's happening there. But that was just a joke. We didn't actually go anywhere near or think about really doing that. But yeah,
it was one of those ideas where like, oh, we should have done that.
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
So, how was your weekend? Yeah, that was how it went. Okay, so let's get in this thing. Let's do it. All right, so I am going to start by importing some reference images. So I did grab the original files off of the website, and they were very, very, very good. I mean, they're cool. They're scanned hand drawings, but they look great. But then our viewer, I don't know if he has chimed in, but Gus Berth on our forum actually took those plans and trimmed them down, got rid of all the edge stuff that we don't need, and also got one image or one elevation per image. They were on multiple on one sheet before. So these plans that I'm going to drop in are thanks to Gus Berth. So I just want to do that call out real quick. Let's start with, I'm just going to drag in and drop in the first plan. So this is the floor plan. I'm just going to make it nice and big. Yeah, so here's where we're going to start from. This is pretty cool. The dark walls here, the black sections are the full height walls. And you can see so we have terrace, veranda. There's another covered veranda. And
when you say full height walls, are we talking like 1930s, 40s height or like 2020s height?
Well, that's a good question. So what we'll have to do here is we'll have to find something to scale off of. So we're working from a reference image. We don't actually have any values on here. This is not a scaled image. This is just an image. So we'd have to figure something here to scale off of, and then based on that piece that we scale, we will try to scale the rest of the drawings as well. So if I look here, so I have two doors here. I would guess that these are at least 2.5 foot doors. These doors right here being bigger, maybe these are 3 foot doors, so this could be a 6 foot opening. And I think that would be about right. So if that was 6 feet, that'd make our stairs around maybe 4 feet. That looks about right. So I think I'm going to go with that. Problem with a lot of doors is, again, like Donovan pointed out, standards for door sizes have changed a little bit. If you're a larger person and been in a house that was built in like 1910, you'll notice that there are things that feel cramped. Like
Yes.
doorways being 2'4" was not super weird, and ceiling heights of 8 foot and door heights of like 6.5 feet were not weird. So I have to do a little assuming, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to assume that I'm going to go with the biggest thing that I think I know the dimensions of, and that's going to be right here. So I'm going to draw a line from here to here, and I want to make that line 6 feet, and that's going to scale my whole model. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to come in and grab my tape measure. I'm going to click from one end to the other. I'm going to type 6 foot, enter. It's going to say, do you want to resize the model? We weren't inside context. I didn't go into a model or into the drawing or anything like that. So it's going to scale the whole thing. I'm just going to hit yes. And there it goes, drops it down. And there we go. So an interesting thing about scale figures. So here we have Teddy. And if we grab her and bring her over here, you'll see that her staying at the 3 foot door, that looks about right. So when you scale the whole model, a lot of times these scale figures, and I'm just going to verify the height here. Yeah, 5'8". So Teddy stayed the same height because it was in a component. So it did not scale the way the rest of the model scaled. So something to note, if you do have your scale figure out floating around like that, they are immune to that initial rescale of the drawing. Cool. So I have this piece. So what I could do at this point is pick a corner, and I could start running around. Like I said, I just want to go around the dark lines. These are the full height walls. All these short walls, all these little white walls are just knee walls, or I don't know, barriers. They're shorter walls. They're littler walls. As I come around here, I'm just going to watch the dimensions right here. A lot of times I try to put in even dimensions, but sometimes I don't. I don't mess with it. So in this case, I might just be more inclined to just get the shape in and not really stress quite as much about trying to get good even dimensions. Again, mostly because I'm working off of no reference whatsoever. So I have dark lines drawn here.
We're also not building this. So
also very true point. All right. So here's a thing that I recommend. So as I come in here, I'm trying to get, well, there's a couple things. One is, like I said, this is from a hand-drawn plan. So we don't have crisp lines, crisp corners. You look at these lines, they kind of wobble, which is awesome. I mean, I just want to say how cool it is to work with this kind of thing. But it can be hard to figure out where you should draw your line to. So here's a thing that I do. So as I'm drawing this red line this direction, I will get on the red line, red axis, hold down Shift, and then when you do that, you get a dotted green line that comes away from your cursor. See that green line? So I can use that green line to line up more or less with the face of the next wall and click there. As I start coming up this way, again, hold down Shift, and I do the same thing. I can grab my red line out here, line that up with the next wall, and just work my way around like that. Just gonna make it easy to, is this another step? It is. It's a little teeny step.
I don't know. Sometimes I look at these old houses and I look at things like that and I'm like, what was the functionality of this?
Architectural beauty, my friend.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all it is.
That's not to say it's not a great looking house, but teeny steps, maybe?
Yeah. This 6-inch. It's for visual appeal. And sometimes stuff is just the way it is because it looks good, you know?
Yeah. What is this saying? Form over function?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it goes one way, sometimes it goes the other way. I have no idea what's happening right here. This looks like a wall is coming right up against a window. I'm going to draw it the way I see it, and then we're going to have to do something about that. Yeah, so again, at this point, I'm just trying to get the outline, the main mass of the building. then we get to that point, I should get a surface. There we go, closed in face. All right, so that is going to be the main part of my building. I have a couple more boxes that pop out here, over here. I think I have boxes right here. It's hard to tell because greenery, you know how greenery is. I take that, option copy that up here. I think something like this is happening. I should be able to tell more.
In to say, you can't understand form over function interplay from a floor plan. You just got to go to know.
Sounds good. I'll stop talking and just go. Oops. Wrong button to copy. All right, there we go. So I'm going to take all that and I'm going to pull that up. Let's see. I don't have any idea. I don't know my height yet. So I'm going to grab all of this and I'm going to just make it its own group. All right, so speaking of height, let's look at the profile. Let's go ahead. I'm going to import another one. Import the east side. Which now has me realizing I have no idea which way this building is facing or any indication of what side of the building I am currently looking at. I want to think... Yeah, I think this is the front veranda. This is the entry. Yeah, so we're looking at this side. I'll move this over here for right now. And I'm just going to pull each of these in real quick. So if that's east, this would be the north side. And our south side would have our front entry. Yep. And that leaves west side, best side, over on this side, like that. Okay. So there we have the 4 images in. I'm not, I'm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Oh, Ahmad said this is an early call to save.
Yeah. Save. May house. All right. Oh, yeah.
Do you know how many models you've saved under your account, under your profile? Is it in the thousands? I would guess in the thousands. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong, but that would be my guess.
Yeah, I have a couple. I'm just gonna look and see what's currently in my working SketchUp files folder. I have, hold on. 1,603 on my hard drive.
Not bad. And that's just on your hard drive.
Yeah, I know some of the ones that I have. There's several models I've made for like projects and that, or you know, like models that we've done that aren't for videos that I don't save. So yeah, that's not everything I've done. That's just what I've held on to.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I need something to scale this image to. So if I look at this wall to this wall, it says I got 82 feet and 1/2 inch. That is this wall to this wall. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab the wall and the image together, right click and make a group. Then I'm gonna double click into the group. I'm going to scale that edge to 82 foot, 1/2 inch. I know it was approximate, but this is going to get us close to where we need. So because I'm inside context, I'm inside the group this time when I do rescale, it says you want to rescale the active group, not the whole model. So I'm going to hit yes, and there we go. And then that should give us good alignment. Yes. All right, so that, I was confused. There's a moment there where I blanked out for a second and couldn't remember my own name because I was confused looking at this model because the images were all facing the same direction, but that's not how profiles work. So we got it now. All right, speaking of which, I should be able to do that same dimension from here to here. Grab those.
There's a lot of people saying that they feel like Frank Lloyd Wright must have been a time traveler because he was so far ahead of his time in terms of his designs and architecture and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, one of the things that he, not everybody gives him credit for, but like he thought a lot about sustainability. He thought a lot about family, how people were going to work in the house or use the house, live in the house, that kind of stuff. So it wasn't just like, I think a lot of times, and this is no disrespect to any architects on the line at all, but I think there's a lot of times where we get caught up in like how beautiful something is. Oh, it's such a cool building. It's such a neat looking building. But he spent a lot of time thinking about like function and that kind of stuff too. To a fault, one of my favorite Frank Lloyd Wright stories, and I don't know if this is 100% true, but this is what I heard, was that he designed a house for somebody and a couple, and he was giving them the tour of the house, on the plans, and he explained, this is the piano room, and they said, well, but we don't have a piano, and he goes, well, if you live in this house, you're going to. And I thought that was, I mean, it's
a little presumptuous.
It's pretty rock star to go, you know what? You want me to design your house? You're getting a piano.
Yeah.
41 foot 10 and 3/16.
Transom says he was an alien. So there you go.
All right, this is looking more appropriately sized now. Awesome. All right. And one more. This is why I don't do a whole lot of this many reference images, because we're like 20 minutes in and I'm still...
Do you feel having more reference images kind of hinders your flow? Whereas if you only had like one or two, you feel like you could do better?
I'd be less responsible for like detail and stuff if it wasn't there.
You get more creative liberty if you don't have to adhere to more reference images.
52, 8, and 5/8. Yeah. That's from here to here. All right. That's the wrong icon completely. 52 foot 8, 5/8 inches. All right. Now we're done with images. Okay. So having done that, now we can take a look and figure out what is the actual height of the first floor. So I look, of course, the grade steps on this. So I do actually have, like, it's lower in the front than it is on the back. You can actually see the step right here. Looks like it steps between 2 and 3 feet right there. All right, but if I look, let's say I'm going to use this higher height as my main height. If I come all the way up here, 22 feet. So we say, like, where does 10 foot take us?
Earl's saying it's pretty amazing to me that Aaron can get so precise out of some downloaded images.
I'm not done yet. Save that.
Save your assessment for later.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give us a first floor height of 11 feet. So that's what I'm gonna say is our first floor. Um, and then actually I'm going to pop that up another 12 inches for floor system and call that the bottom of our first floor. Now I have one more plan, which is a second floor plan. I'm going to drop in here. And this is the section of full height wall that sits on top of that first section. So
Peter chimed in and said a story similar to, and this is the piano room, is one of Frank Lloyd Wright saying that if one has to ask about price, they're likely not going to be able to afford it.
ow, that tingles. That's 31 8 1/4. Whew. That's something. That's a bold statement.
Lawrence says the roof length is measured on Google Maps. The distance across the roof, including the flat eaves, is 87.76 feet.
Let's see. Oh, this isn't scaled yet. No wonder the number's not quite right. Okay. 87. I'm at 100.
76.
So I'm bigger. So you get more right for your dollar with my design. Okay. Yeah, what I'm wondering about, I'm trying to find a value on this plan to get close. I mean, that's total, again, because I'm going off of a door height, and I assumed they were 3-foot doors. They could have been 2-foot-10 doors or 2-foot-9 doors. So yeah, dropping it a couple inches totally sounds realistic. Trying to figure out where, okay, there's the chimney that pops out. That's right here. Okay, cool. There's a number we can use. So from here's the chimney bump out, which is that little teeny, now that I know what that little box out is, I kind of get it, but still, just give the chimney more room. 6 3/16 is going to be here to here. One last rescale, grab this, make it a group, go into the group. Sixteen 3/16. Yes. And that gives us the second floor. So what I can do is, well, let's see, how do I want to do this? What I really want to do is we'll grab this by this point. We'll align it right here with that what happened? With that chimney pop out. Turn on X-ray, and then come around, chase the corners that we saw.
So Johnny made a comment. SketchUp downscaled the image again. I wish there was a way to allow us to control that. Is there a way to control that, the downscaling?
There is a maximum resolution size, which I think is 1024 with a single image. So it's going to do that. Yes. I'm having a clicking and talking moment right now. Give me a sec.
Jono Chandin saying that there's an extension for upscaling imported images called Large Image Splitter. So there you go.
Yeah. So what Large Image Splitter will do is take your model and all right, there we go. It will take your model and break it into a bunch of. Hold up. A bunch of smaller models or a bunch of smaller images automatically, which is great. 10 foot. Okay, there we go. Had to focus. Stuff got a little silly there. But yeah, what large image splitter will do is it'll take those images you have bigger and break them into a bunch of maximum size images, so you lose less resolution. Honestly, I don't want to be like glib or flippant about. Oh, there, Holland. Colin is the guy I would go to for this question anyhow.
Yeah, Colin says the max texture size lets images be 4096 by 4096 in recent versions.
There you go. But I usually don't stress much about that simply because if I need more detail out of an image than what I can normally bring in, I'd probably want to find a vector-based image anyhow, something with lines that I could snap to if I'm going to mess with that, this reference imagery. Plus, I can't be held that accountable if I'm working off of messy JPEG lines, right? So it's a win-win. No, that's kind of how I would look at that. Is for real is. Okay. Down here, I do have. I didn't catch these before. Let's get these aligned. I'm going to grab both of these by this edge I put in the middle, and then align it to the middle of this. Scoot it up here. There we go. And then bring that up to here. So I'm trying to think of what I want to try to get done. I mean, the profile of the house, I would really love to get the walls and the window and the roof in first. That'd be my first priority. Second after that is to get some of these windows placed in here. And then third would be to get like this reveal here, this sill that goes all the way around on the top and bottom. Pretty cool looking. And yeah, so I'm just gonna keep going through, try to get details, geometry in there. Yeah, you guys keep saying stuff and doing stuff out there. Let us know what are. I don't like New Year's resolutions. So I'll start with this. I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions, but I do think the year is a nice time to like get your stuff together. Like what am I struggling with? What should I be doing more of, less of, that sort of thing. So I would love to hear from you guys. Like, what is the thing that you're going to do different in 2025? I'm not looking to hold you accountable. It's 3 months from now, I'm not going to ask you on the live stream if you stick to your resolution. But I would love to hear, like, what do you think? What's going to happen in 2025 in your life that's going to make it better? And since it's going to take a second for you guys to hear that and reply to it, Donovan's on the spot. So, Donovan, what are you doing different in 2025?
I was about to throw you under your own bus that you were driving and say, well, Aaron.
I talked over you. Couldn't catch me.
Yeah. So one of the things, I mean, on a personal level, getting out of debt. We had a very expensive Christmas because our house broke and then our cars broke. And so on a personal level, getting out of debt is my focus. I don't want to say resolution, but it is my focus. But creatively, I've been working with a dentist to try to start developing little free libraries to put around his properties. And I really like these ideas of, I don't know if you've had, Aaron, have you seen little free libraries around where you are? Yeah. So if you don't know what little free libraries are, or don't have them in your country, they're basically like giant mailboxes. I don't know how else to describe them. They're standalone bookcases that are designed to look like whatever the theme of the area. Some of them look like little houses. Some of them are like repurposed telephone booths or bus stop rest areas or something like that, that they then stock with books that you can take a book, leave a book, I think is the official slogan or whatever. And some of them have gotten really creative with them, and it's been fun to do that. And I really like the idea of coming up with these public facing interactive things to be built, whether it's like a one of those stools, not stools. I can't even think of the word. One of those things where people that like bake goods and have surplus will like put them in, and for people that need them can take a loaf of bread or whatever, or books or stuff like that. And I creatively, I kind of want to come up with some cool designs of things that I can actually build and go put them in these public spaces. So that's what I'm going to do for the year. Aaron,
That's awesome.
what's your focus for the year? What are you?
So I was having lunch with my youngest daughter, and we were talking about New Year's resolutions and how stupid they are. I was driving that conversation. And if anybody here likes New Year's resolutions, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I just find that for me personally, what I
I'm
end
not
up
trying to
saying,
be rude. They're just
they're just terrible. But what I find myself end up doing when with New Year's resolutions is I set this thing that I need to do, I'm gonna do for a year, and then as soon as I slip and don't do it, I'm gonna go to the gym 3 days a week for the year, and then that first week where I only make it twice, I'm like, it's all done, it's out. So for me they don't work because I don't know. I guess that's just a mindset thing. I don't know. But yeah, I decided instead what I wanted to do was, and this is something that came from work. When we do like a review of a project, right? How did this go? A lot of times what we'll do is we'll break it down into start, stop, continue. So we'll take things that happen in a project, and we'll list all the parts of it, and then those parts will go to is this something we didn't do but should start doing? Is this something we did that didn't work out that we should stop doing? Or is this something we did and it was good and we should continue it? And I kind of put that mindset onto my year to come up with what I wanted to do differently next year. So a different way of doing it, but it worked, I think, pretty well. I got some good ideas for what I'm going to do. Nothing specific like what you had. I don't have any specific projects yet that I know I want
no
to do.
creative endeavors for you, Aaron?
No, I have a studio, an art studio in the town where I live, and I want to spend more time there. So that is definitely a piece that I'm going to work on this year, is spending more time in the studio, more time painting, and sell more paintings. That's kind of my big goal.
So let's plug that for a second, because if you don't know, Aaron is an artist that has that paints. And so, Aaron, where can they find your work?
Well, I guess that could be one of my goals. Is I need to get my my website up and running. But the easiest thing is Instagram. My Instagram title is Aaron Inspired, and yeah, I like the idea of playing with the concept of inspiration. What makes people do stuff, and I write about that sometimes, and yeah, share my creative efforts in paintings and stuff like that too. And to that note, it should probably be called out that Donovan himself has social media channels where you could see the stuff that he's doing too. So check that out as well. What is your most recent?
Peggy, what is my most recent
channel? What's the best one for them to check you out at?
Oh,
not that we're here to advertise ourselves. Sorry, that was not the intention of this.
I didn't think we've ever plugged like your life outside of SketchUp, because you do have a life outside of SketchUp, which
Believe it or not.
may be hard to believe sometimes. But my stuff, you can either find it at Geek Dad DIY if you like geeky stuff, or Once Upon a Workbench is my company that builds playhouses and play spaces and things like that. So, let's see. Transom says we make little free libraries in our shop. Our neighbors made one in the shape of a TARDIS. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, that's fun.
Peggy says, I make the same resolution every year, which is not to make a resolution. So,
Nailed
it.
So how's
John
that
Ross says, my resolution is to get older and wiser.
Whoa. Was that Freudian? That older and wider?
Misty Mellison, I'm assuming is talking about one of your paintings.
Yes.
Said, I bought his Discovery, Longmont Studios.
Yes. Misty owns one of my paintings. Pretty cool. Yeah. That is awesome.
Random Take says, hi, Aaron.
Hi.
It's really fun watching you draw.
Oh, thanks. All right, so
Randy says, my plans for 2025 are to move into a house that I completely designed in SketchUp, probably around May.
Nice. That I like. Which has been a work in progress for quite a while now, right? I believe that is not a new effort, but something that is, well, if he's moving in May, we're towards the end of that. All right. So here's some things I did while we were talking. This. So I did go through, and based on the drawings, I figured that it's about a 312 slope. It's a fairly low slope roof, and it also has these very cool looking. I'm assuming this is a combination gutter / architectural kind of thing. You can see that, like, on certain edges they stick out even further. But yeah, I did that too. Got those on there. There's a little porch right here that sticks out right there. So I got that on there. As we look around here, this goes this way. I'm honestly a little confused about. Oh, this must be like a weird little window seat. See that little thing sticking out there? So that's not actually a full height wall up there. That's actually, yeah, like the window drops down on it, and it's got one on both sides there. That's cool. That's Frank Lloyd Wright, you know? Guy cantilevered. How big was the cantilever on falling water? Just ridiculous. Yeah. So, all right. So what I'm going to do is this reveal, right? Or this, I don't know what you call this. Whatever this thing here is, I'm going to say it's 8 inches. So I'm going to take this section right here, push that up.
Randy says, yes. It's been in the works for a couple years.
Nice.
Earl says, I designed my yurt in SketchUp before I built it out. Does that count? Yeah.
Yurts are awesome. Never sell your yurt short, man. That's really cool. Where are you guys both building, out of curiosity?
Keggy says that I need to tell you to do more on your YouTube channel.
Me or you?
You.
Oh, I haven't done
Keggy
a YouTube video.
Me to tell you.
Tell you. I haven't done anything on my YouTube channel for years. It's been a long time.
Misty Mollison wanted to know if your brother's okay, because doesn't your brother live in LA?
Yes, I have several family members in the LA area. So as of now, nobody has been evacuated or anything like that, but yeah, definitely keeping an eye on that. All right, have another roof. Thank you all for Thank you for asking.
Earl says the yurt is in northeastern Utah, high desert.
Nice.
It's so funny. Like we have family that lives in Utah, and I spent a good portion of the summer out there building a playhouse. And I forget that Utah is a desert because I always associate Utah with like, what's the slogan on the license plate? The best powder on earth.
Ski Utah.
Ski
That's
Utah.
right.
So I always associate it with like mountains and trees and snow, and then you get there, it's like desert. It's kind of like Colorado, where
It
you live.
it
Every
really
time I go out
is.
to visit, I'm like, this seems wrong. This feels wrong.
It really really is. It is a very much like very similar locations, both of them. Yeah.
Randy says mine is on the southern Gulf Islands near Vancouver, BC. Ooh, that is a gorgeous area. My goodness.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, what I'm doing here, I'm noticing that the way this is set up, the sides cantilever slightly less than the front does. So, I didn't do that right before, but I will this time. So I'm going to take this one, offset this, 2'4". Take this one, offset this one in, 2'4", and then this one I'll take back twice as far, so this will go back to 4'8". Yes, I did that math in my head, no big deal. And then at 312, this is saying that this comes up just underneath, so we'll see how that works. Put a center line right here, and then we've talked before about making roofs and making profiles and doing follow me and that kind of stuff. If I'm trying to really go quick, if I want to get a slope, what I will do is just draw over 12, and then from the end of that, I will draw up whatever I want. In this case, it's 3. Now I know that if I connect these 2 points, I have a 312 slope. So if I do that, shift, grab that up to here, there we go, and I got that. Now that since I have a profile or a footprint, I can actually just pull that edge down to here, and then I can pull that out like this. Here's another thing I could do. I can take this line right here. I can rotate that to 45 degrees. I typed in something other than 45 right there. There we go. And then where the middle point is there, that's where this will pull out to. And then from there, all I have to do to finish this roof up is click down here, and then that's my hip roof. If it's all the same.
Roof.
Yeah.
Hip roof. Yeah.
So I think I've mentioned this before. My previous employment before I worked at SketchUp was it was a software company, but we also did design work. And the design work we did, we designed for a local truss shop. So I was actually the head of our truss fabrication group, and spent a lot of time learning to model roofs. So I would say that is just something you get good at once you do it a lot.
Yeah. Johnny Five says painting sketch textures on this would be cool so that it looks like a 3D paper model.
That would be cool. I like that idea. I'm going to grab a copy of this right here, and I'm going to paste it right here. And then I'm going to draw my roof flat on the ground here, and then I'll just pop it right back up on top of that roof there. So we can start by offsetting most of this 2'4". I have to do a little bit of cleanup. 2'4", enter. Oh, this extends way past. This is not just another All right, so we're going to go out another 7 feet. Like that. I do want to make sure I keep my inside profile because that's the piece I'm going to grab hold of and copy over. So we'll take this edge, it's going to come down to here. And go out another, we'll say 7 foot there too. Believe it or not, I am quite capable of drawing detailed geometry when I have the appropriate information. I'm just winging some dimensions here because that's what I got. But yeah, I can actually do stuff exact if I need to.
Sturkin says, don't forget to save, save, save.
That is a
Studio
great point.
RT Pool says, I usually use Follow Me for those hip roofs. Roofs? Roofs? Roofs.
Let's do Follow Me on the next one. Let's do just that. All right, so.
And then Bill asks, isn't there a way to type in the slope using square brackets?
Yeah. How about that? Yes. I believe there is a way to. Yeah. Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah, I remember there's a way to it actually uses a colon, so you can draw an edge in. This is one of those times I try to be honest with you guys all the time, but it's one of those things that I never learned to do when I was first learning to model, so some things have just been so ingrained, it's hard for me to break the habit. That's part of the reason I draw it like that. But I believe if I wanted to, well, here, we'll do it on this one. So I'm going to offset 2'4", and then I'm going to take this one back this way, 2'4", and then this one goes back this way, and this one goes back this way.
Oh,
right.
Dave says not using square brackets, just type 3:12 instead of the angle.
Yeah, if I want to rotate it. So if I take this like that, I could take that and then rotate it 3:12, enter, and that should give me the same. Then I can verify this by saying draw this way 12, draw up 3, and they should close. Yeah. So yes. So for me, so here's my logic on it. Again, if this is what you do, sweet, more power to you. That's awesome. For me to come in here and say in one command, I'm in the line command, 12, enter, and then go up 3, enter, and that's my thing. Versus drawing an edge, going into select, then going into and typing 3:12. For me, it's quicker to do line, line, line than to go draw an edge and then rotate it. So either way works. You do what you want to do. That's cool. But yeah, that's what I would do. All right. So
Earl says, how do you know what points to choose on the open geometries to close them off?
The ones that aren't closed. I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. We do have a video. Donovan might be able to find it and link it. But there was a video we did a while back, which was what to do when geometry doesn't close. If it's just something open like this, right? So if I had, oops, I broke something. Good thing I went through to delete this. Wow, look at all this junk. Do I have more of that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Uncool, uncool. I don't like that.
What'd you do?
It was something I did. I intersected some geometry when I, at one point or another.
Ooh, So this video's from 3 years ago. Linking it in the comments.
There you go.
What to do when a face won't close.
I was going to say, if it's just a big open face like this, then any edge you draw on should close it. If it doesn't, it's because something is preventing it from closing, and that's what that video will explain, is what to do when you don't have that.
Yeah.
When something's not doing.
And you get a bonus treat. You get to see like baby Aaron.
Wow. 3 years ago, baby? Oh, that's...
Well, it's back when you had your like hip hairstyle.
When I could afford hair products.
When you could afford hair products.
It's too expensive. I just got to cut it short now. All right. So here's what was just being talked about with the follow me. If I take this profile, this shape right here, this is what I would do. I would go to the largest spot. So this is the widest section of the roof. See, this part is narrower than this part. And draw a triangle of the proper slope that goes to the middle. So this edge right here came off of the middle point here. And draw that triangle, and now use that along the follow me, like this, and you'll get something that looks like this. So what that is that's that same shape following all the way around. Now what you have to do is you have to figure out, where does all of this actually connect up? Because I have too much geometry. So there's a couple things I could do. I could grab all of it. I grab all this and say intersect face with geometry. And it's going to, any place, any plane crosses over, it'll cross, or it'll intersect. So I'll just do this. Let me do this twice. Grab that. So in this one, I'll just select all of it and say right click, intersect face with model. And that's going to break everywhere. So what happens now is you start kind of, it's kind of like trim. Well, it's trimming. I'm gonna take this piece that pops up. This obviously isn't right, so I'm gonna delete that, which gives me this edge is extra, this edge is extra. This one pops up, so I can get rid of that, and I can kind of just work my way through here and work my way down to the roof I actually want, which is going to end up looking like that. The only problem with this is if I turn X-ray, I probably have extra edges and lines and stuff on the inside, so I have to do a little bit extra cleanup. Nothing terrible. There's some more right here. So that will give me my roof. If you have a good idea of how this roof is actually supposed to solve out, you can save yourself the intersect step, or maybe this falls in line with stitching, which I enjoy doing, but I can come in here and I can actually just trace what I know the ridge will be, like that. And the reason I would prefer this is it creates less, whoops, that missed a spot. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Like that. The reason this is better is because if I select this plane right here and delete it, it gets rid of all the junk on the inside too. So I don't have to worry about going inside and deleting those extra faces, because double clicking means it grabs all the edges and I can delete it from the model. So either way works. Either way gets you the same geometry in the end. It's really, this is total workflow preference. What do you prefer? Which one are you used to using or seeing? Your call. Regardless, I'm going to grab that, make it a group. I'm going to grab it by the underside of this corner right here, and I'm going to plop it. That is a technical design term, by the way. Plop it right up on that point.
Because we try to be professional in this space.
Darn right.
Darn tootin'.
Darn tootin'. Make group. Cool. So
Ransom says it's great that we can erase in X-ray mode.
Mm-hmm. That is a nice one. I do take advantage of that regularly. All right. We have another porch right here. This extends up and is porchy. So I'm just going to trace I'm just going to trace this as a rectangle. I'm just going to put a rectangle right here to here. I'm going to bring that up 12 inches, which I've been using for my floor. And then these walls are big. They're full-bodied. 1 foot 3, I'm going to grab these two, offset that, 1 foot 3. Pull that up to the same height as this other porch. Triple click and make that a group. All right, it's coming together. It is coming together. That's all the major geometry, I think, here. Wait a minute. No, something's different there. That's actually low. I don't know if that is a porch. It's not. That is not a porch. I lied. All right, I'm going to undo a couple times. And where does that go up to? Let's see. That comes up to about 2.5
John says,
feet.
isn't the height of the long section wrong? Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it's not. I just don't, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but could be. Could be. Sorry, I'm gonna switch back to what John's talking about in 1 second, because first I got to do this because I'm noticing that this column seems to go all the way up to here, and then has some sort of a wall that goes back right there. So that's this right here. So I wonder if that's just like. This whole section comes up like that. I think that is what we were looking at.
Oh, John says, I mean the roof. But I think I'm wrong.
Cool. I'm glad we worked that out.
Well, yeah.
That is not to say that I have it all right, because I'm guessing on some things here. All right. So I'm just walking around this profile right now. We have this roof. We have this piece right here. We have this part is right here that steps up. Then we have this lower roof, kind of, I guess it's a vault maybe inside of like a dining room or something like that. We have this window seat that juts out here. We have these little thingies that pop out here. Roof goes across the top. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Steps right here, comes out, other box on the other side. This comes around. Okay, so that looks right for the house. It's missing this garden wall kind of thing going all the way around, which may be key to making this all look correct. We do need to take our chimney through, but this looks good. This actually has a piece that goes a reveal or like a header thing going all the way across here. This steps in right here. That comes up. Okay, it actually looks like what we got here. This looks like it steps out and runs all the way back. So I think we have to edit this and take this 1'3" further. Oops. Like that, and then this comes back like this. And this goes into here. Yeah, I think that, because that gives this little teeny sliver of pushed in space. That seems maybe bigger than a teeny sliver, doesn't it?
Johnny Five says, it's amazing how such menial tasks still develop a great eye for design and spatial proportions.
Oh, you know what this is? I did all that wrong. That's just that little lip just continues around. Undo, 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 undo.
Up to 100 times.
I'm good. Okay. So yeah, that's good. What I'm looking at right now too is, can I do the follow me all the way around here yet? So I got to this corner, looks good. Here, back here. Oh, it stops. It actually stops at the chimney and picks up again over here. This section does step up. Goes up to here and then drops down. What did I say?
Got some people on LinkedIn chiming in saying Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Okay, so it looks like a couple things. One is I'm going to want to take my chimney and continue that up. Let's see, how high do we go? From here, we're going to go up 7'3". So I'm going to just do that. 7'3". See how wide it is. 3'5". 3'5", and I'm going to drop that down till it hits the top of the roof. I'm going to take this line across to here and then up to here. That's going to give me the profile that I can sweep across, and I can just grab that, swing it right over to here, and there we got our chimney on top. Make that into its own new group. Awesome. Cool. So what that means is
Marty says save.
Okay.
Gotta save.
Yes, you're correct. So I'm going to pick a spot, say right here, and I'm going to take that up to here. And then what did I say this reveal was? Actually, it looks like it changes sizes, but we're going to do one size. We're going to do 8 inches. Okay, so I'm going to come up 8 inches. It's not a very exciting reveal, but it is okay, it's about an 8-inch by 8-inch square. That's cool. The method to the talking to oneself is about to be shown, maybe. So what I could do with this, there's a couple ways I could do this. Let me think about how I would go about this. I don't actually have an edge to follow all the way around the building because it jumps. Not only does it jump, across sections where there's not an edge, but this group is different from this group, but that profile is still going to follow all those edges. So I could do a couple of different things. One, I could grab an edge and just start tracing. Click, 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 and I could go all the way around. That is an option, but it's an option that's dumb. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to make this profile a group just to isolate the geometry real quick. Then I'm going to draw a big old rectangle like that. I'm going to take that rectangle. I'm going to move it vertically up to the top right there. Then I'm going to select the rectangle only, and I'm going to say intersect face with model. All right, and I'm going to triple click, make this a group so I can show you what that did. If I click into that group, get rid of that. This, get rid of this, get rid of this. This now is my profile. That is the shape I want that square to go around. So what I can do now is I can say, we'll grab this, cut my 8x8 rectangle, edit, paste in place, and now I can grab this profile. I can say, follow me with this shape. Oop, it's still in a group. And there we go. That goes all the way around. It did go all the way around. We're supposed to stop it, but that's easy enough to come cut that out. I don't need this anymore. I could come over here, and I could right here and just get rid of that section of that profile. There we go. And there we go. That's something you can do not just on an exterior profile like that. Oops, we missed a section though. It didn't come out around here. Oh, it didn't go around here either. Man, that solution is flawed. Don't do that.
Learn from our mistakes, right?
That's right. But yeah, that's something you can do, like if you're doing like baseboard or crown molding or something like that. Rather than depending on geometry being loose and available to you, you can create reference geometry for that follow me, that footprint. So I just kind of grabbed it and went with it. I probably should have stopped for just a second and checked to make sure that was right. But let's talk about what do we do when that happens. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up this group. I could go back and screw around with creating a new path to follow me, but this is such a simple fix right here that I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come in here and break this where it laps over like this. And I'm just going to push, pull it down to get rid of it, get rid of all that extra geometry. Like that. That's good. Same thing over here. I'll just draw an edge across here and across here. Pull that down. There we go. And now what I could do is I could just take this one, push, pull it this way. I'll just pull it out an extra 8 inches. Push, pull it this way. Oops. Pull it out an extra 8 inches. And then, whoop, got my head stuck in the roof. Ugh. Far less painful to do that virtually than in the real world. All right, and then we'll go like this. Pull that right up to the face, and then I can get
Save time and money. Do it virtually first.
That's right. Cool. So that goes around there. And then I could do the same thing here, or if I wanted to, I could cut corners a little bit. I could draw my 8x8 rectangle. Do a quick footprint like this. I'm giving you options, folks. All right, and then I could grab that. Say, follow me, click this, and then again, quick, oops.
Patrick says original plane was too high, needed to be on the bottom profile.
Yes. So so here's what I did. I lined up the bottom of this piece right with the top of this piece, so it was 0 apart. But that plane only picked up at that one spot. So
yeah, Patrick says your option works just as well.
Yes.
So and then
yes,
Lauren says the piece above the front porch seems to be a flat extension above the pitched roof.
I'm not arguing with you. I just don't understand.
I'm just the messenger.
Can you say that again, please? The piece above the front porch.
That piece above the front porch seems to be just a flat extension above the pitched roof.
Oh, it's not actually a porch. You're saying this is just this right here? I guess we could look at the plan. Or no, it'd be the second floor plan. Ah, there's a door. It says balcony.
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 Of the Balcony crime family, huh?
So I'm going to push back on that because it does look like you're supposed to come out here. It does not look like it's just a flat. Or you're talking about this section over here? Because that, yes, that does look like it's just a flat. And this looks like it might be like even trellised or skylighted here. So we're working with limited plans. All right. We do have a few more spots where we do have like reveal-y kind of stuff sticking out. This is one spot right here. So I'm going to come in here and let's see, how tall is this? About 8 inches. How about that? So I'm going to come down 8, pull that over like that, pull that across like that. Does that come out past that? Let's see what this is. Yep, it comes out a little bit. So let's go ahead and do this. Pull that out. Like that. Let's see how far that sticks out. Oh, wait. I think I have this. I don't know what's going on here. What do we got? What do we got here? No, it does actually. This whole thing comes out. So it just looks weird because this window looks like it's right up against. It almost looks like it's angled or something, but I don't see that anywhere on any plans.
Maybe it was an afterthought.
There, if you look right there, you can see the, no, you can't see that. Okay, so the wall comes out and the window's on either side. That's what it is. So, okay. So this little thingy sticks out considerably more. It's like 3 feet that this sticks out. There we go. That's what it is. Okay. Excellent, excellent.
Doing good, doing good.
We have some more stuff happening. All right, I'll be honest, this confuses me. So this piece pops out right here. That's this. And then it has a lower flat section right here with these big windows. So this must be stairwell or something. Yeah, so there's probably stairs down. These are stairs up maybe inside. With these section right here, this drops down lower. But I'm confused. That looks like a door alcove. Or no, it's just a door. So this little roof just kind of just sticks out right here. All right, we can do that. Just got to figure out where it goes. So we came from the bottom here. So I'm going to say it comes up 8.5 feet. So I'm going to come up. Let's see. Sorry to keep zooming in and out. I'm trying to figure out. I only want to do this once.
You're going to do it right, right?
That's right.
Patrick says, can't wait for all the windows to be added.
Yeah.
Randy says, I'm not sure if it was mentioned, but can someone tell me where to get these plans?
Yes, the Meyer May. I keep saying Mercer May. Meyer May website. I don't remember.
Antonio says those 2 columns that stick out are the walls of the window frame? Question mark.
See, I think what we're seeing here is this wall sticks out. This is I mean, this is on the plan. This little box comes out right here. No, this is the second floor. I'm looking at the wrong. Hold up. Right here. This box comes out. And then this goes in, and that's what we're looking at. So it has a little roof that comes out. It's a covered entry. Oh, this is the main entry. Okay. Yeah, so okay, yes. I got this. I got this. I know what we're doing now.
An hour and 18 minutes in, and we finally know what we're doing.
For this part.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. I understand what this one thing is. All right, so I'm going to bring that up like 12 inches because that's what I've been doing for those flat sections. Perfect. And then in here, oh, okay.
Johnny 5 says it would be helpful if you moved the second floor plan into place.
See, some people like that. For me, that ends up being too much stuff in my way. Well, like what's happening right now. My goodness. All right, let's try that again. So yeah, I'm not much of a fan of that personally. I know some people like that, like having that plan in there. I don't really like that very much. But if you like that, that's awesome. Go for it. Something else we could do for those reveals, by the way, let's look at this. If I grab this, and this, and I option move it down 8, I can pull this out 8 inches. pull this out 8 inches, and then pull this out 8 inches to get that same reveal as part of the same geometry. So that is another option you could pursue if you like that sort of thing. Speaking of which,
Lawrence says there's no wall. Which wall?
technically, I haven't really drawn any walls. Everything I've drawn at this point has actually been a big masses. So you're probably not far off base, but okay. This is looking fairly good. Do the same thing here. Do we figure out which wall we were talking about?
He hasn't specified.
Okay. We got one more section right here, which is right here. It has that little bump out on it that goes, okay, so it's just these two edges. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. I'm going to grab these, bring them down 8, bring them out. Cool. All right, there is most. Whoa, what are you doing up here? Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Patrick says, loving all the options, showing how flexible SketchUp can be to use. Yeah.
That's what we got. We got options. We got options, folks.
And then Johnny says, must be my technical eye fighting the artistic side. LOL. But whatever floats your goat.
Me and my goat are good. Yeah. All right, I think. So here's what I was thinking. One of the reasons I picked, so Matt, like I mentioned, is just outside Grand Rapids, near where this house is, and he's the one who said, what about this? He brought this up as a potential building to do. And one of the reasons I liked it and I said yes was because you can't see them very well in here, but these windows are awesome. They are so cool. They have a whole bunch of, they're like, I think they're leaded windows. I don't know, but they're really cool. There's a bunch of metal in there. There's a bunch of, you can kind of see some of the details right here. I can't do that justice in our last half hour. This right here, one of these is probably something we could spend an entire session on. So what I'm going to propose is that we spend the last 20-30 minutes here. I want to go around and get these garden walls in, these lower walls all the way around, and get that piece done. And then in a separate, which will get us a good, I mean, this will look like the exterior of the building. And then we could dedicate an entire session to just modeling out, detailing out those windows. I bet we could spend a little time and get some, maybe we could send Matt in to take pictures. He knows how to do that. He has a camera. I've seen it.
He does.
So,
he does.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to propose we do. And I say propose, but I'm going to rephrase that. That's what I'm going to do. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being realistic. I could, if I was to try to, I could grab a rectangle shape and spend the rest of the time plopping that rectangle shape in over and over and over again. I don't really have a desire to do that. I'd rather spend time making these garden walls, getting all these in here. So that's what we're going to do with the remainder of our time. I'm going to save as well because I learned. Not good. I didn't learn good, but I did learn. All right, so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to get these initial sections. Again, at the scale that I have this model, these walls are about 1'3". Let's see how high up. From here, I'm going to go all the way up to the top. It's about 5 feet. I'm not taking into account the dip in the ground level yet. All right, so this continues across. That got a wall right here. That. Come up here.
Lawrence says front balcony image on the forum. There are no walls.
Ooh, all right.
John says, I would like to see the detailed windows in another SketchUp Live. Big thumbs up.
Nice. Thanks for validation, guys, even though I kind of hung you out to dry there. Still like hearing that we're of similar ideas, so. I'll take a quick peek at the forum. I guess at this point I think I'm confused because I feel like, are you talking about this right here?
Patrick says you should geolocate the building too.
Well, Mr. Idea Guy, that's pretty good.
Johnny says there are. Does that gut? Hold on. I don't know if I'm reading this right. Does that get offended at discourse? And there are those. Oh, I think is what he's trying to say is there are those that get offended at discourse, and then there are those that use it as a method for inspiration.
Hey, I'm all about that. That sounds good.
Yeah. Sven says you can view the house if you set up an appointment.
I think we should do that. That sounds awesome.
Lawrence says,
Field trip.
Look at the forum image. Okay. Okay.
The balcony above has no walls. Isn't that what we're looking at? Cool. But I feel like I have this. Are you saying that this is flat like this and you just stand on this flat part? Like you step up into this? Is that what we're talking about? I guess maybe I'm now confused about what we're even talking about. All right. Just this is definitely a house that is, I
Doug
would say.
says you had it right.
Okay.
Ooh. Mr. Dan Holmquist says we should do SketchUp Live from inside the house.
Hey, if you can set that up, I'm there. I will go to Grand Rapids and I will hang out with Matt and do a live from there. I guess we know people at Steelcase. We could talk to people. Okay, I've gotten to that point where I'm clicking a lot and talking less. So feel feel free to fill this space,
Ooh,
Donovan.
Johnny. So Johnny said, could Matt not use the iPad app to scan the windows for the next modeling session?
I guess that depends on what the Meyer folks would be okay with. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if have visited a lot of historical houses to know, like, for places like this, do they let you come in and just like take pictures? And
I guess that would be the question. I mean, pictures I would think are okay, but yeah, I don't know if yeah, who's gonna know if somebody's walking like this with a, how do you know that's not videoing? Who are you anyhow? Who am I talking to? All right, but yeah, I think that could be really cool. I don't wanna volunteer Matt for anything. He does have things going on like a child and full-time employment. But yeah, that could be pretty cool.
yeah. John says a third SketchUp Live could be creating the interior.
Wow, we're just dedicating a whole month to this offhand idea for a house or for a model.
Apparently, it's resonating with people.
I guess
Never
so.
know. Johnny says, well, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
I've always been a big fan of that statement and believe it to be 100% true. All right. think I think I got all the things.
You got all the things?
I think
Got all
so.
the stuff with the things?
As far as I can tell.
All right.
This is a pretty cool looking house. I mean, even without windows. Granted, it would
Yeah.
suck to be inside. It would be a little claustrophobic, I think. But yeah, so there's actually 3 reveals that happen all the way around here. There is that 8-inch block up here. There is a much smaller reveal that pops out here, and then there's kind of a, I don't know, a foot that goes all the way around. So that's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to. Oh wait, no, hold. What's going on here?
Nope. Oh. Whoa.
What is that? I don't know what that is. That's something. Oh, I think that's where. So I think this is a ramp right here. So I think that's something related to the ramp or something. I'm not doing it. My Meyer house sits on flat ground. Cop out? Maybe. I'm just being honest, folks. No, I just want
Ricardo says, thanks, Aaron, for all of your tutorials. I got to design and build my house back in Guatemala. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. I'd love to see pictures. Get those if you have them. Get pictures up on the forum because that would be super cool to get to see.
Yeah. Johnny Five says, I'm sure the owners would love a free 3D model of the house as compensation.
Again, the owners would be Steelcase, and there's a possibility that they have something like that, but
Yeah.
it could be something we could offer. Field trip. Well, we know somebody
Make it
somebody
happen.
chimed in and said they're in Grand Rapids also, right? Didn't we hear that earlier?
Yes, right down. I think they said right down the street from, not right down the street, but right next to
That's awesome.
our famous, our apparently very famous house that we're modeling.
All right. So here's a thing I'm thinking. I would like to try as much as possible to only model this profile like once. Um,
Lawrence says I should just ignore him. We're not going to ignore you, Lawrence.
no, of course not. 8 inches by four
Oh,
inches.
Patrick says, hey, another idea, scale it down and 3D print it.
That could definitely happen. I could probably make this solid. Sorry, let's just draw this flat right here. Hold up. Let's work smarter and not harder. I thought I said that wrong. That was right. That was right. That's what I meant to say. Okay. We're gonna come this way. 5 inches. 8 inches. 9 inches. So there's that block. And down here, come out 6 inches. Yeah, this is definitely not, the scale's definitely not right on this, but that's okay. 10 inches. 1 foot 6 inches.
Richard says 3D printed life size. That's a thing now.
It's coming.
There's
It's
companies.
coming.
Yep, there's companies that I actually tried reaching out to one to see, but there's companies that literally 3D print houses. It's amazing.
It really is cool. We have tried this. Your most recent efforts are not the first time we've tried to talk to somebody who does that, but we have yet to get any traction with anyone. So if anybody knows a guy, let us know, because
Yeah.
all right. So there. I wonder, does this, so it does not go all the way around, but look at that stupid step. Ignore it. So I kind of wonder, actually, now that I'm here, I still have no idea how I'm going to do this. But if I take this piece and I start to trace where it goes, so this is going to come this way, it's going to come this way. This one's just going to come around these three sides. So if I was to take this, say, follow me, and then enter this group, follow me. No, I can't do that. Shoot.
Mm.
Thought I had something, but I don't have something.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right, so if I take these three edges, I guess I would only do follow me here. Oops, I didn't mean to deselect. Follow me here. That'll give me those two, and then I could take this, rotate this. Like that. And then that starts right here, it looks like. And I could do the same thing where I could just trace just this profile. It's going to go here to here to here to here to here to, it goes about halfway up here. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's got to be a quicker way to do this. Explode. Follow me. With you. What? How's it not perpendicular?
I don't know.
Oh, wheels are falling off. Might have to call this soon because apparently I forgot how to do this whole thing. Let's try it again. Let's take that to here. Here, here, and here. And then follow me. Dang it. I'm not making this simple. All right, follow me. Yeah, this is going to take time to get that done. I'm wondering, which is fine. I mean, it's definitely not difficult. I just don't want to spend a lot of time doing that. It's boring. But I'm kind of wondering how far I could get. If I said follow me with this.
Oh, Lauren says on a Google image search for the Meyer May house, this live stream is a couple of screens down. Fame at last.
Did it. We did it.
We're on page 1. Isn't that what they call it, page 1?
Yeah, that sounds right. Shoot, I really want to make this simple, but I don't know that I can. All right, so this profile would go here to here. Ooh, that one actually goes there too. To here, 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 to here. And then it goes the other way from here to here
National
to here.
Radio says make the sweep one section.
I would, except they don't connect. So I would either have to invert it and make the outside sweep, or put like a fake entourage in there or a fake surface in there that I would have to go back afterwards and push-pull all of the way. So I can't have disconnected pieces in a single section. So there we go. So if I grab that, shift deselect this, follow me. That doesn't feel right. All right, let's try this. I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna paste this. Whoa, what you doing down there, buddy? I don't know what just happened there. And V.
John says create 3 sweeps as one surface with holes and then delete the negative area.
I know how to do that. I literally made the video showing that. I know. I was trying to come up with something that's not going to be as long to clean up afterwards as to get in the first place. Uh,
Johnny says this is where Profile Builder comes in handy.
oh, absolutely. 100%. This is exactly where Profile Builder would be doing awesome things. Um, there we go. And then I need this piece right here is 6. So I'm going to take. I may do this first, this front section, and then here, come here, 6.
Patrick says, can you drag the follow me profile along edges?
I could, except I grouped everything. Because it's all in groups, I can't actually pull anything across there. So that's the problem I'm having right now. But I'm trying to think, there's probably some shortcuts I got. Like right here, if I go create this, I can go here, here. I can trace my existing member because it's in context, in the same context. I could grab all of this. And I could say, follow me with this face. So I got some shortcuts like that I can do. But to do the whole thing as one, I can't think of a way to get all the way around it because the exterior footprint is made up of so many steps. I could try to do the thing where we take like the reference geometry like I made before, where I took the plane and intersected it. That would work. I would have multiple different pieces. The issue I think I'm running into, actually, you know what? Actually, that might work now.
So Kagi says, could you draw a rectangle through the house like you did for the roof, intersect the model, and build the profile?
Yeah, I'm thinking I could do that for the rest. It wouldn't work for all of it, but I think from where I'm at now, I think I could do that. So I'm going to come up slightly so I don't have any issues with intersecting. Because what I want to do is basically I want to start that profile like here, go around here, all of this, come around here, come in here, come in here, come all the way around here, and then also around here to wherever that ends on here. So yeah, let me try that. So I'm going to say, I grab this face, intersect faces with model, get rid of this, get rid of this, and then make a group of that. And then if we edit that, yeah, so I'm going to start it the same place I started this one. Start it right here. Go around like this. It's going to go around just the outside. I'll do the inside as something separate, so I'm not going to worry about these interior intersections at all. Just around the outside, just around the outside, around the outside. There we go. So that'll come up here and cut here. That's going to be a mess, so I'm going to close that in right now. Come around, do both sides of this thing. Oops. Come around to, I'm assuming, to here. So that, all the rest of this. Oh, nuts. Let's lose geometry. Dang it. Oh no, I've made bad things happen. Oh, okay.
Earl says, would FLW turn in his grave Frank Lloyd Wright? Okay, would Frank Lloyd Wright turn in his grave seeing how quickly this is done today? He probably spent months just on exterior elevations.
That is probably true, yes. I would make Frank Lloyd Wright turn in his grave, absolutely. Yeah, yes. It's what happened to What happened to my stuff? Oh, I guess it's not that big a deal. You just bring it down like that. Okay, that was a quick and easy fix. Okay, now, get rid of. So that goes away. All right, so I think this is gonna be the last thing we do right here. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna come in context of this. Come on, man. Why you gotta be difficult right now? Oops. That's a separate one. I'll group that. All right. Edit. Paste in place. All right, so now what I'll do is I'll double click this. I will say, follow me. Oops, I want to explode this.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen right now. Brace yourselves. Oops.
Drum roll.
One more whoops first, though. All right, I'm going to grab that. Oh my gosh. I just held down Control Z instead of redo, redo. Oh, man. All right. Explode this. Get rid of this and this. Triple click this, except I don't. I did it again. What am I trying to hold down?
Okay. I don't know.
Shift. All I want to do, I just need shift. Shift. Get rid of that. Okay. Whew. Follow me here. Triple click. Shift. Get rid of that. Follow me here. Triple click. Shift unselect that.
Patrick says, hang in there, Aaron.
Follow me. Oh, I'm sweating, man. Whew. All right, there we go. Look at that. Woo! All right, I have to unhide that piece I hid. Get that wall back. And then the last thing I gotta do is bring that profile into here. It's not actually flush with that. I have to turn on the rest of my model real quick to get that aligned in the right spot. There we go. I can get rid of the model, and I can explode this. I can erase this. I can erase this. Same thing, triple click. Actually, here, let's do this. Nope. Redo that. And let's take this and raise it up ever so slightly so it doesn't actually intersect any geometry. Then I can explode this, get rid of this. Here we go. Triple click, follow me 1, triple click, follow me 2. Ooh, that was a close one. Triple click, nope. Triple click, follow me 3, triple click, delete, exit group, and there we go. Awesome. We're there. I do want to do one more thing. I want to take these two. I don't like this seam where these two come together. So I want to take these two. Are they both solids? What are the chances they're solids? They're not solids. Let me take a look real quick. See. Okay, stuff happened. All right, so I'm going to grab these two.
That's a good way to describe this whole process. Stuff happened.
Oh, that's part of why. Delete that, edit, paste in place, get that back out here, and grab this and this, make a new group, go into that group, explode both of these, And that way I should be able to get rid of a lot of these vertical edges that are just unsightly. That's just going to make that look better. Not really sure what's happening there. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. All right, that looks better though. All right.
Earl says, wow. John says, bravo. Ahmad says, well done, Aaron. Bravo.
Thanks, all. I'm going to throw these onto... I didn't tag. Eric would roll over in his grave. Move these to reference layer that we can turn them off. Get rid of our bonus roof. All right. Yeah.
You know what? For 2 hours of work,
I feel pretty good.
Fantastic.
I think it turned out pretty good. So, yeah. So we will get up. We'll get up on the schedule. We get windows in here, and we'll spend some time getting those windows modeled. I think that's turned out pretty cool. Yeah, I apologize. I know I cut a couple corners. We have some spots where heights were a little off, but we don't. Yeah, we won't talk about that. You're right. No, I didn't. It's great.
It's great. It's great. Did great, Aaron.
Thank you,
Not
guys.
that you don't ever not do great. That makes sense.
I think I could prove that's possible.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Welcome to 2025. I'm super excited. We got some fun stuff planned. SketchUp and our channel. We're going to do some fun stuff this year. So thanks for hanging out with us. Hang out with us more. It's going to be fun. And you guys have a great week. Come back next week. We'll be modeling something else. Probably not Windows at this point. That'll be a little bit downstream, but we're going to come back and do some more modeling. It's going to be an awesome time. You guys have an amazing week, and we'll see you then. Oh, I got to move my mouse and click things. Hold on. Now, goodbye. Thank you.